we go. We'll see how many people can find us. I'm live now. I'm Corinne Braxton. Let's see if we can get this all up on our computer. And there I go. If I can, at least I found myself. And now we'll just wait just a few seconds. It's just, I'm a tad bit early today because last week I was so late. And the week before my camera froze and then I had to reboot it. So today I decided I'm going to just try going a couple minutes early and we'll just wait. Oh, there's Jan Kaufman watching. Oh, Jan, I'm so glad. Jan's in Eastern Billings. It was nice to have you in class yesterday, Jan. Hope your drive home was good. And I hope you liked our tower card. I hope you'll make one again. So good that Jan has to, it's almost a 3-hour drive for her to drive to my house to have a class. So it was nice to have Jan. And glad you found us and you don't have physical therapy today, Jan. So anyway, we'll just talk for a few minutes until a few more people find us. My goodness, here we are at July 13th. The summer is half over, and it's pretty smoky here in Montana. I can see the outline of the mountains, but we have a lot of smoke coming from the west, from Idaho especially, and some coming down from British Columbia. And then we have some big fires around where our ranch was before, near Ennis. So there's some pretty good sized fires, and it's pretty windy this morning. And it was pretty windy. So I imagine the fires are growing. So it is smoky, and the air quality is not good. So, oh, Lisa found us too. Good, super. I'm so glad you could make it today, Lisa. Thanks for joining in. And and please comment, girls. Just say where you're from, say whatever you're doing, or just thumbs up, send hearts, anything that helps the other girls find us. And that's just a really helpful thing. I'm not sure how Facebook works exactly, but I do know that that's an important thing. I'm going to try to settle into my chair so I'm not wiggling around like a preschooler here. Anyway, we've got some fun projects today, and I'm just happy to start. Today is July 13th, and remember we have this wonderful designer paper sale that's still going on. It's only a few more weeks, so it's a good time to stock up for the year. Hey, Linda, glad you found us this morning too, and I'm on time, and you are too, so glad you could join us. Linda's from here in Bozeman. So we have a designer paper sale going on. Those of us who are demonstrators, we get to pre-order, which is always, and girls, that is such a great thing to take advantage of. So that's one of the best things about being a demonstrator, pre-order. So get those Christmas holiday catalogs. In 2 weeks, we'll have bingo, not bingo. Yeah, we're going to have bingo at my house in 2 weeks, but we're going to have celebration start, and that's going to last all of August. And thanks, Lisa. The celebration is going to last all of August and September. And then in 2 weeks, we have our mini catalog. And this is the catalog that starts. So some of you people are getting them in the mail. I sent out a couple this morning. And so if you haven't gotten your catalogs, be sure you let Stamping Up know. You can always order bundles of 8 too as demonstrators. That's a really good thing. So be sure you do that. Somehow my nose, I don't know, we have a lot of smoke in the air. It makes my nose run or something. And also I have BOGO that just started yesterday. So I am trying to clear out things and so I can make room for all my new stuff that started arriving finally. And hey, Carla, glad to see you this morning. You have to go early. Sorry, you have to missed the last part of this, that'll be okay. You can always watch the replay, but glad to have you. So anyway, July 13th, and here we go. Can you believe that we've been doing this for about a year and a half? It's so fun, and I just love it, and I'm so glad you all joined me. So thanks for the hearts, Lisa. And now I am going to just make sure I have the comments, and now I'm going to face you down, so it'll be harder for me to see the comments. Here we go. Close your eyes. I've got two fun projects. Oh, before I turn you down, we're going to be, in this first project, we are going to be using the Pattern Party. I'm going to grab my catalog. Sorry, I had to jump up here. People have been asking me, I've used this a little bit. When anyone buys $150 worth of products, they can buy Hostess. They get some free things, and they also get Hostess dollars, and then they also get to choose some of these stamps and papers. You cannot buy these outright. So if it's for a hostess, someone who has a party or has an order that's $150, $200, $300. Well, this paper is called Pattern Party, and it's 48 sheets, and it has some of the most beautiful papers. It's $18, and I'm going to show it to you now before I turn the camera down, because it is just the coolest. I love it. I have a class coming up in a couple weeks called Measure of Love. It's going to be a kit class to go. It's with a sort of a retro cooking stamp, and some of this paper is going to be included, but I'm going to just show it to you because one side is all black and white, and it is just gorgeous, black and white. I love the stripes. Look at those stripes. And I love the polka dots. And then the other side is this really cool paper. It has, look at these hearts. I've used this before. It's got, and look at the diagonals, and it's got a leopard print and a pink stripe. I don't know which colors they are exactly. It's some kind of pink. It's just great. And today we're going to be using this one. It's not all that interesting. I love this side. But what is interesting about this fabulous set is that this embossing folder called Pretty Flowers, this Pretty Flowers embosses this. So it is really neat. And I would encourage you, if anyone has orders over 150, if whatever, that's a great set of paper to get. Or take my class, and then you'll get some of that also. So, okay, here we go. We're going to turn the camera down. Ready? Close your eyes. Okay, these are just to sort of line up things. There we go. I don't know if you can, I don't want to get my computer in the way. I'll move it over here a little bit. There we go, just the corner of it. I can't read the comments unless I can see it. So yesterday in my class, we did this wonderful paper with the artistically inked. Love this whole set. And we did one of these tower cards, and this is what it looks like. It stands up. It stands on a mantle or shelf. But then it folds like this, and it opens, and it just flips like a little pinwheel. Like when we were children, we had pinwheels. That's vellum. But that's one of the cards. Here it is, and it fits in a A2 envelope. And here's this one. They're both different. This is a little bookmark present. These are birthday cards. And we just had a wonderful time. The girls did a really super job with these. Isn't this paper just to die for? Anyway, that is just to show you something. And here is the project that we're going to make first this morning. I thought I was making something with calypso coral and papaya, and that's why my shirt is sort of calypso coral papaya. Well, that's papaya, and I sort of missed the boat, and I got the wrong color. But anyway, this is what we're making this morning, and it is a gift card. I saw this from Erica Serwin. She lives in, I really don't know her, but I know of her, and she has wonderful things. This is a gift card, and she lives in San Antonio, Texas. So I'm going to show you how to make this. It's easy, and it's using this paper that I just showed you, and there's a little bit of it too. So this is what we're going to make, and it uses, well, we're going to use the hand-pedaled, not hand-pedaled, the hand-penned stamps like this. I love, I'll get this out of the bag container. It's not really a bag. There we go. Love that. I use that actually for my upcoming bingo. Look at this, that little tiny decorative edge. But these flowers cut out the different flowers, and that's what we're going to use the stamps today. So it is a really nice set of, very, very nice set of stamps and dies, and it's in the annual catalog. I better just set those over there before I spill them. They're great. So we are using this. We're not using the greeting from this. We are using, oh yes, we are. We're using the congratulations. It's so tiny I didn't see it. It's thanks, anything is possible, feel better, friend, and congratulations. And actually, this is going to be a 50th anniversary card for some college friends of mine. I was in their wedding in Beth and Gary Muner in Wisconsin, in western Wisconsin. We were in college together, and they got married. So they have an anniversary coming, a 50th wedding anniversary coming up. So this is going to be their anniversary card. This frame is cut out with these. This is cool because what you do is they're from Colors and Contour, I think, and that one's just stitched. They're separate. But what I did was I had my pink paper, and then I lined them up. What I do is whenever I want something to stay together, I really like these flag things you buy at the office store. So I just took this. You could use a regular sheet of paper too, but so that looks fairly even. And then I just tape it in place. Actually, I do it on the other side first, like this. I tape it together, and then I run it through my stamping machine, the die cut machine, and it cuts out this. And I'm going to use this part, this pink. It's polished pink, and then I have this extra piece that I'm going to use probably for a swap or something. I'm going to make another card with it because I think it's so pretty with that stitching on it. But that's how I did that part of it. And then let's bring our little components in. So those, that's the Color and Contour. That's the set. Many of you have that already. It's a new one. And that's that pretty, well, that's where that came from. And then just the plain stitched rectangles are called just stitched rectangles, and that's what they came from. I love those. I hope they never, ever discontinue those. Those are so fabulous. Okay, let's get our little papers out, and you can get your phones ready for taking a picture. We're going to change this up. We're going to use the polished pink ribbon this time rather than this one. I use the yellow gingham, which I really like, because this is sort of like a bumblebee color. So this, our base. Okay, we're using papaya. And I was really wrong when I got to my closet this morning. I thought, oh gee, it was pretty good. It's a sheet of paper like this, 5.5 by 11. So that's the entire length of our normal paper. And 5.5, so you have a little bit left off. You can't make 2 cards with this. This is a little oversized. So it's 5.5 by 11, and you score it at 3.5 and 7 3/4. And you get this. You get a card. Well, it's a flat fold card like that. And that is our card. And then the piece that we're going to put on the outside, like this. Oh, I'm wrong. Goes like this. Goes like that. It is 3 3/8. And I took my colors from this designer paper. There's Granny Apple, and there's Bermuda Bay, and there's Pool Party, and there's Yellow, and there's Papaya, and there's Bumblebee. And you know what? I maybe should have used, I don't know. I sort of like these two together, but I just picked them from the designer paper. So this one goes here, and then the designer paper on the inside. So we have that on the outside, and then we're going to have this paper, the stripe. I love this paper. I've used quite a bit of it. It's 3 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to adhere that right away. So I do need to get my little mat handy because I cannot function without it. There we go. Take that off, and then this one, I'm going to show you this. I already embossed this. I took this piece and I put it through the embossing folder, and I think it's just striking as can be. So this is the folder again, Pretty Flowers. This is the one that I should have brought it in here. One of the cards we did yesterday, a joy fold. But anyway, you line it up in here with the flowers. It's not real easy to do it. You have to waste a little bit of paper and cut your paper bigger than you think. So you line that up and then you emboss it. And I didn't want to do that on camera, so I did that ahead of time. And this is done now, so I'm going to put my adhesive on here on the front, like that. And because it's embossed, I like to just put the adhesive right here. You could use your Tombow right there, would be just fine. And I'm standing up now so I can see just a tad bit better here. Okay, like that. And then we're going to bring in our white piece that goes on. Hey, Kathy Wilkerson. And I see Jan. Let's see who else is watching today. The white piece is 3 3/8 by 5 3/8. And we're going to just add that to this part. Like that. And now we want, because this is going to be a gift card, we want to be able to put, something in here, like my Talbot's card. And so we want to make sure we have our tear tape, and you can use your Stamp and Seal Plus also, but tear tape is pretty fail-proof, I think. And whenever you're doing tear tape, that one's a little long. You can cut it or you can tear it. I've got a Band-Aid on because I didn't want my thumb to start bleeding. My skin is cracking because it is dry. I've been in the house with the air conditioning on because of the smoke outside. So anyway, I've got a crack in my thumb and I've got a Band-Aid on. Now the Band-Aid's starting to come off. I'm going to take my tape off like this, and I just put what I do is I take my piercer and I just put it underneath and lift it up. Now as I'm really zooming in, I can't do this. I have to, I stick it underneath like that, and then I just lift it up. That's my go-to method for that. You don't have to do that. And there's our pocket. So then we can put our gift card in there like that. And we're going to put our pink frame that I've done already. We're going to put that right here. So I am going to just use a little bit of my Tombow glue on that. And I'm going to zoom you in a little bit, I guess, maybe. Maybe does that help a little bit? Let me know if that helps. There we go. We're going to just add a little bit. You don't want too much. Whenever you're using Tombow, you don't want to use too much. That's the key to it. So then we're going to put this right here, and we're going to oh, I forgot something. I forgot my ribbon. So you were probably all thinking that. You were thinking I was going to forget it, and I did. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape. I think it won't show, but nope, it's good. Just put a little bit of tape right there, and I do not like touching Tombow or liquid glue with my fingers. I don't like to get the glue on my fingers. So there we go, and that's good. And then you can tie this around like that, and that'll be just perfect. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't forget, because that's sort of an important part of this. Okay, I'm going to set that aside for now, and now we're going to bring in do our stamping, and I'll show you how that goes. So I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to bring in, these are photopolymers, so we do need our piercing mat on that, and some black ink. So this is going to be a congratulations, and I'm going to use, let's see once here. I'm trying to find the stamp that here, it's in front of me. It's off to the side. So at first I'm going to use this little one on the inside. I'm going to use this big one on the outside. Excuse me, so you know. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to ink up our little tiny congratulations right there. And I want to have just a tiny bit of room to write. And I guess I forgot my chamois right next to me. I usually keep my chamois I've got a chair on one side and a little table on the other. Anyway, I forgot my chamois today, but that's okay. Then I'm going to ink up the stamp. And anytime you have a bigger stamp, you always want to ink it upside down like this. So, how are you girls all doing this morning? Everyone doing okay? I don't see much chatter. I don't see, oh, looks like I got a little dot of something there. I'm just going to put a little bit right here on the bottom, like that. And like that, and we'll color that part of it. And I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. I know I've shown this many other times before, but I just think this is the way I like to do this. If I only have one, like today I only have one, but if I'm doing it for a class or if I'm doing it for a swap, and I already had one of these made. So I like to always, and now I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit, I think. Let's see once here. I got to get some of this stuff cleared off of my table. Let's see once here. So I've got my stamp. This is my foam mat because this is a photopolymer step. So at the very first time I did this bigger stamp, I cut it out, die cut it on my machine, and then I saved my templates. So it is very easy for you to die cut lots and lots of, if you're making a swap or making Christmas cards or whatever, you can add 2 sheets of white paper, basic white, and you can cut out lots of these, one right after the other without thinking about it. Whereas if you're stamping, cutting out, lining it up, it takes a whole lot more time. So this is more efficient if you're doing a lot. And so I'm going to take one of these that's already cut out, and just like this, now I'm going to put it in here, get my magnets out of the way. Just going to pop it in there. I put my stamp already on the other side, like that. And hopefully it didn't move from the other day, yesterday. So I am inking up so that I can stamp up my image. Let's see if it works. And I've got a little bit of ink there, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. So we're going to press this. This is the most efficient way to stamp a lot of pieces. There we have one piece. Here, I'll do another one real fast. So I'll just pop it in there. See, it would take a whole lot longer. So I always save my templates. Give it a good press with the heel of your hand or something. And you can always go back and do it a second time. Well, let's say that one's pretty good. I wouldn't redo it, but I'm just showing you how you can redo this very easily. And now it's even darker. Do you see that, how black it is? And this one's just a little bit lighter. So that's the nice thing about, using the Stamparatus. And then you can just reuse, you can do 20, 30, 50 of these. And now we can come in and color these. So let's, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Okay. And here, let's do the piece that, so let me put my reading glasses on first. And, okay. And so this is a big flower on the inside. I don't know, I just made up colors and chose some that I liked. And okay, let's see here. We have, what do I have? I'm going to start with my lightest Flirty Flamingo, and then I'm going to go to the dark flamingo, and I'm going to add a touch of this polished pink. So that's what I'm going to do on this big flower. And I'm just going to do it really quickly. I'm not going to, there's nothing, because I don't want to take up all of your time, and we have a neat new project coming up after this. So, but I do want to just show you how this works. And it can be really easy and fast. It doesn't have to, sometimes on this, because it's hand penned, it says, there might be a line missing, like right there. I'm just going to draw that in. I don't think you have to, but it just sort of bothers me a little bit, so I like to draw them in with my Sharpie. But no one says you have to do that kind of thing. Now I'm just going to take some of the dark, and just going to put it up like just real fast, like this. And just going to, like that. And now I'm going to come back again with my lighter flamingo. Oh, wrong end. That's the sharp end. I'm going to do the broad end. And now I do little circles. I just come around, and that's why they're called alcohol blends. I love these. Oh, I have to tell you, I haven't done this yet. I just have been super, super busy. And I bought the 99% rubbing. Well, I bought it on Amazon, and it finally came. And it's a huge bottle, and I want to do it sometime in a class. There we go. And now I'm going to add just a tiny bit of this light polished pink. So I'm just going to do this like this. But I've been so busy that I haven't had a moment's free time between getting ready for classes and then anyway, we'll just add a little bit of that polished pink right there, just bringing it up. And so we're selling our house because we're building a new house, but the new house isn't done, so we have to buy another house or rent. There's nothing to rent in Bozeman. It's very, very difficult and or impossible almost. And so I've been looking for real estate, and Terry says I've become a real estate agent. He thinks I would have been really a good agent. And I do it every morning and night because things are changing very quickly here in town. And things are gone in just a few days. Our son and Millie, John and Millie are also, I'm just going to see if I'm in the camera okay. They're building a house too. We bought a piece of property and on a really cool farm. It's gorgeous. It looks like our old ranch, even almost prettier. And anyway, we're going to be building, but it's all a process. Everything is slow, all due to COVID, of course. And then now we're going to use some papayas. And let's see, what else do we have here? Pale, this is dark, and this was the light. We'll do those. So anyway, everything is slow, and so we're gonna have to move someplace, and I'm gonna have to give up this fabulous craft space and studio and classroom that I have, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Don't have any idea yet, but Terry says don't worry about it because our house hasn't sold, but our son's house sold within 3 days, and now they are looking for a place to live. And anyway, so I've been busy trying to find houses too, and they went to open houses on Sunday. We've been busy doing that. I'm going to add a little bit of Winkastella now. And so I just have to tell you this funny story. We get to the very first open house that we're planning to go to on Sunday. They open at 1 o'clock, and we got there about 10 after. We drive up to this sort of new house, all one floor, and open the truck door, and these little kids come running up and say, "Hi, Grandma and Grandpa." And it was our son and his wife. Their kids were, the mom and dad were inside, and the kids were outside. So it was so funny to see them, and they were so excited. And then I just have to tell you that what happened next was when they went home that day, so we all looked at the house, and it was really fabulous, in fact, and really liked it. But you know, I don't know how I handle my craft thing. I have to do a bedroom or two. Anyway, so we get home, and Max, who's going to be in 3rd grade, texts Jack, our other grandson, is going to be in 5th, and he said, "Guess what? We saw Grandma and Grandpa at this house, and I saw Grandma signing a paper, and I know she bought this house." Well, of course, it was just signing up for emails and more alerts, but it was so funny because Millie told me that. Anyway, we've got that all done now, and I got a little bit of Winkastella. Isn't that pretty? And looks like I got a little black. I might have to add a little gem right there. And there's plenty of room to write a message right there. And then on the front, we're going to put our other piece, and I already have this all colored for you, so you don't have to watch me do that. And I'll just put it on with a dimensional or two. Let me see, one's here. We'll put one of these bigger ones on right there. It's hard to take them off with that Band-Aid, but let me see, get my little dimensionals out here. I'm going to put some of the smaller dimensionals off to the sides. Like that. I see a space that we didn't that I didn't poke out. We're in the die machine right there. Okay, let's see. Well, let's get these off. And then our card is almost, oops. Well, that paper's stuck on that one. Get that, just get right in there. You got to hold your piercer down low for this technique. I love it. I use it constantly. It's very fast. And then we'll put it like this. Our card is finished. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And, we forgot our beautiful little, these are the in-color jewels that I don't have a lot of, but I've used a lot. And I've used a lot for swaps that I've been doing. So I'm going to add 3 of these. And it's a pretty good size card, so I'm going to use the larger ones on these. There we go. And let's see how that's looking. I think that's good. And then this is the inside, like that. And then it ties. I'm so glad I didn't forget that to get that ribbon on there. You would just tie it in a knot, or a bow rather. And then it's like a little gift within itself. There, like that. And then we would give our ribbon a little haircut. And there we have a nice little present. Gift card, money, whatever you want to do. And isn't that pretty? And this is the one with the bumblebee ribbon. So I'm not sure about gems in the middle. I'm going to think about that. I feel like maybe it could use it could probably use another layer, but I am not. I just don't have a lot of time, and there is there's a die that would cut out that. Oops, daisy, now the dies are all on the floor except for a few. But do you see these little tiny flowers? That might be a really good idea. I could cut those out, stamp them, and there are 5 of those, and that would probably be really nice on there, I think. But it just would take a little bit more, and I think it's pretty good this way. So that's that card. Let's move this aside, and I want to get it off my table because it's sort of a heavy load here. So then I'm going to bring in the next one. So let's see what's here. We've got 3 little baskets. Move this aside, and let's see once. Which ribbon did you like better? Did you like the yellow ribbon or the pink? Okay, we are going to use a new set called Nature's Harvest. These, this is a beautiful new set. I just got it on Friday. And it has 2 sets, 2 sets of dies. I can't remember where I put my water. Oh, there it is. 2 sets of dies. Really like these a lot. We have a set that's very similar in the annual catalog, but it's different. And then I think it's really sort of a companion. I'm going to use this bark. So this is one of the new 3D embossing folders. And these sentiments are really a pretty font, very pretty font. And let's see once here. Okay, I have to show you something that just came to, well, everything just came is this corked paper. Oh my goodness, I hope you will order some of it. It is just like thin, like a piece of Kleenex, but strong. And it is, I think it's going to be beautiful for stamping on it. Die cutting. You can see I die cut with it, but it's really cool. And it is just, it's a specialty item. You can see that I die cut. Here are some of those pieces that I die cut. I haven't used them. I just actually thought of it this morning as I was getting set up for this. So, well, sorry you have to leave, Carla. Hope you have a good day babysitting. And, okay, let's bring in our things for our cards. And, okay, let's see what's here. We're going to be using Misty Moonlight. And we're going to use, these are new also. The brushed metallic adhesive back dots. Very nice. It's like a gold, a copper. I don't know what that is, like a brass maybe or something. I'm not positive, so not sure what that is, but I like that whole set. And let me see once. Here's my package. So this is the card that we are making. I've lost all my comments. Let's see once here if I can. There we go. Now I can see them. Okay, this is the card that we're going to be making. I have signed up for, I sort of overdid it. I signed up for like about 4 different swaps in my business groups and with this new Christmas catalog. And this is one that I'm making, and it's due, I have to make 21 of these, and it's due July 30th. So, and I have, of course, you have to ship it almost a week ahead of time, because this one is going to Iowa, to Dino Rico's swap. So anyway, just really, I think it's pretty neat. Whenever you're designing a swap, well, this is you have to, I'm making 20 of these, so this is almost all new product, and our product is limited. You have to make sure that things or you don't use too much of a designer paper because we don't have a lot. This is the card I sort of copied it from. It is, who made this? I don't know. Chris Slogger. This was in my Hawaii trip with a swap that we did for everyone. We did 26. And this is one that I got back. I thought that was such a great design, and I like the two designer papers, and I just like this whole look. So this is what I came up with. This is my card, and this is the other card, but they're the same basic pattern. And so this is how we're going to make it, and we'll see how it turns out. Let's see. Once we will, I'm going to take off my reading glasses so I can see better for the distance here. Okay, get out my little package, and I don't want to forget to stamp on my envelope this time. So I've cut the designer papers, are beautiful, and this is, let me get to the different layers, and then you can take a picture. So the card base is 5.5, basic size, 5.5 by 8.5, like that. Just our normal fold in half. Our inside is the normal 4, either 4 by 5 1/4, or sometimes I do 3 3/4 by 5. And then the crumb cake that I use, I love those two together. And I use my color coach for that, to just find colors that I thought worked really nice with the moonlight. And the colors that are in the designer paper, of course. So this one, and then I embossed it so that it looks like this. So it's 4, that's 4 by 5 1/4. And so I'm going to move that over here. So we can move that in here. And then we have our designer paper, and we have one piece that's 3 by 4, and that's the blue one. There's the other side of that. This is new. And then the other one I have is 3, and I just made up these sizes, 3 by 4 1/4. I do know that anytime you're doing a swap, anytime you're making a lot of cards and using your designer paper, 3 by 4 is a very good size, because you can get 12 pieces out of one paper, and usually we get 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper in a pack, so it's very efficient. And so then but this one's 4 1/4, just a little bit longer. It just didn't look right to me to have it the same size. So this one I didn't get as many out of. There's the other side. Isn't that coral pretty? I love that. And then what I did, because I wanted to be efficient with my paper, and my bottom paper is going to, here is my bottom one, and it's going to be covered up. So I thought, well, why not punch out the insides, then I can use the insides on another card. I haven't designed that card yet, but I'll just make up some. I love those postage. I'll probably use that side. But isn't that great? And then we have this piece, and the whole thing is going to be covered up. And that's the rectangle postage stamp. Love that one. Just a really nice one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this one on the bottom. So I'm going to bring in my piece that I cut. It's got the holes in it. And this one's going to go straight. It's going to go straight, so like that. And then our other one will be askew. You have to make sure you get your pieces going the right direction. The flowers, these are like grains of stalk and wildflowers. And I'm just going to put that one just slightly like this. But do you see how I've covered up those holes? What a great way to use the paper. And then I'm going to come in with my, oh, this is really pretty. I don't know. Let me see what it's called. This is the new one, too. I tried to use all kinds of new things. Diamond weave ribbon, and it's sort of a vanilla. Mostly this is white, but it's got enough little crumb cake. I thought this went well. And this other ribbon, too, what goes well. But I like this new crocheted ribbon. It's very nice. This one is that fine art. I think that's really good too. So I only have one spool. We'll see how far I get with that when I'm creating. So I like to use my Seal Plus when I'm putting on. So I'm just going to add a section right there. I don't know if this this is like crocheted. I used to crochet while I was in college. Used to make those sweater vests and things like that. That was all the rage. I'm going to give that a little bit of a haircut right at the ends. There we go. And now we've got that done. And now we're going to come in with our flowers. And I'm going to need your help on this now. So you're going to tell me, which do you like better? Would you like me to use this one? I'm going to stamp for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and read your comments. There's the Misty Moonlight. That's what I used today. Here's what it looks like in the cork. Like that. And then I'm going to be putting this over it. So there's that in the cork. I don't know what those are called. We're not going to use the Black-Eyed Susan or the Echinacea, but this is the other one that is sort of cool. We could even, this is the Moonlight, Misty Moonlight. Oh, I sort of like that with the two. What do you think? What would you like? The cork with the Misty Moonlight, the cork plain, or just the blue plain? You type that in. Hey, Martina, sorry you had to shut your computer down and restart. I know that feeling. Well, you'll have to go back, but you're going to get to comment. So, ladies, I want you to chime in here and tell me what you want now. Cork with the Misty Moonlight or the Misty Moonlight by itself. Let's see. So we're going to put that aside for a second, and we're going to bring our stamps in, and we're going to stamp our card. So, and we're going to stamp our envelope too. So, I've used these wonderful stitch tags again. This time I added one of those. They're a little tedious for me, but I added one of those. They're not too bad. You can die cut like 3 or 4 of them at the same time. And so, anyway, we're going to stamp some. We've got some crumb cake ink here. And we're going to stamp a flower, this little flower. We're just going to put it on here, on the envelope. And then I'm going to also stamp that on this tag. I'm going to zoom you in now. Zoom in if I can a little bit. There we go. Hey, Nancy. Londa, you like the Misty Moonlight with the cork? Jan, tell us what you'd like, ladies. Okay, this is the flower. I'm going to stamp off just a little bit, and then I want to have it sort of at an angle like that. And I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to set that right here and bring in the thank you. I'm going to close up my ink pad here. Oh, let's see. Misty Moonlight. It's a tough one. It's sort of sticky. I've got a thank you. And let's bring my things on camera. It's hard for me to do all these things. And Misty Moonlight by itself, Lisa. What do the rest of you think? So I'm going to stamp that with thank you. Set that aside, and I'm going to stamp the inside of my card with, this is the 4x5 1/4 one. And this one says, a reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and so many others. So we're going to, it's very small. There we go. That's pretty. And then we're going to add that to the inside. And I want to stamp my Stampin' Up logo on the back, because I remembered. I don't usually remember. And there we have that's that angel stamp. But isn't that pretty? And I'll close up that ink pad. Now let's look at the comments and see what you've said here. Let me see if I can get my comments going here. Swipe left. There we go. Jan says Cork and Misty. Nancy says Cork and Misty. And one for, and Lisa, Misty Moonlight by itself. I think we'll try both. So we've got a couple more. And let's put this on the inside first. And to get it out of our way. This is a beautiful set of paper. I don't have it all cut to show you very well, but it is very, very pretty. Oh, I forgot to put a little twine in here, so we can do that right now. I think I'll take off my little Band-Aid for a second. Hopefully it won't start bleeding. Sometimes I start bleeding and then it gets all over my white papers. Terry says, I always have a lot of cuts and things. Every time I chop vegetables at night, I tend to cut myself quite often. Anyway, he thinks I should stay away from sharp things like scissors and knives. Okay, here we go. And then that's all made. And then we'll just add a little bit of one of these my big cut pieces. I like these so much, as I've told you many times now. They're just I have a little dish right here. I just keep them in all kinds of sizes. And then it won't get pushed down in the mail. And I don't know what I'll do, because I have a lot of cards to make, but I've only made 3 of them. I probably will not put Cork and Misty Moonlight on all of these cards, because that would be too expensive and too time consuming to die cut. But I think, I did, oh dear. Let's see once. And now I've used those big pieces of, I think that's going to work okay. I've just lifted that up a little bit. I'm going to stick that in there like that. Okay, we're going to fix this. And I think what we're going to do is, let's see once, we'll use, I think we're going to use, maybe we'll use one of each. That's what we'll do. Oh, I think we'll use this. We'll use the blue, the Misty Blue, and that. I think that, I thought my phone was on Do Not Disturb. And I'm going to make these just a tad bit shorter. Because they're a little bit long. Okay, thank goodness that wasn't too stuck down. There we go. I think it's going to be perfect. There we go. And now, let's see. I want to stick a couple glue dots. And anytime you are, like you could use your Tombow glue right there too, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your big tool like this. I'm going to get my glue dots and I'm going to lift them off, and I'm just going to put them down like this. Some things you might want to leave a little bit loose. There we go. I'm not going to add a lot of them, but I just want to have, a little movement to the card. I'm going to sort of roll it up on that one and just put it underneath there like that. Oh, I like the combination, don't you? And I think that should probably do it. And you can add on this one, on this other one, I added some Wink Stella, but I don't know. I think I'll just leave that one plain. And let's add what do you think here? Well, let's see. We could try a different one. We could try this one. I don't know what that is. We'll try it and see if we like it. That's all we can do. And I'm going to put a couple right there. I don't know what they're called, what that color is called. And this one we're going to put where? We're going to put that. I think we'll put it right there in the flower. And that's got putty on it now. There we go. Isn't that funny? Oh, goodness. There we have our cards. And so what do you think? Do you like that combination with that, or do you like the plain? So they're quite pretty, and here's our envelope next to. I'll take pictures of these, and then I will post these so you get to see these. Great. Thanks for your help, girls. Let's turn the camera up, and let me see once here. Hit the right buttons. There we go. And you get to see my ceiling, my beautiful craft room. I don't know how long I'm going to have this, but I'm really enjoying it every moment that I do because it is fabulous. So, okay, there we go, girls. Thank you so much for joining me this morning and tuning in and learning some new ideas. And I look forward. Don't forget to get your orders in. Take advantage of the designer paper sale. There's something new, the new paper pumpkin next month. They did ship the ones that are with the adventure ones. That one shipped this morning, I believe, because I got a notice saying it shipped. And you're very welcome, Kathy. And then today is what, the 13th? And that means that we have a new one next month. The paper pumpkin is going to be Shelley Gardner, who is the co-founder of Stamping Up. She has a kit designed, and it is sort of a pink one. It's Hope. Sounds wonderful. So anyway, thanks, ladies. Hope you all have a safe day and a happy day, and hope it's not smoky where you are like it is here. So keep those firefighters and people in residents that live near some of these forest fires, keep them in your prayers. Alrighty, thank you so much. See you next week. Bye.